Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn and I'm here to let you know we will be releasing lots of big wrestler interviews with the likes of Al Snow, Vicky Guerrero, Mr. Kennedy, the Hurricane, and soon-to-be Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett as podcasts as a sort of post-WrestleMania treat very soon. We've also got lots more planned, including Mick Foley and current WWE stars, so make sure you subscribe on iTunes to WhatCulture Wrestling. The link is in the description. For now though, here's an exclusive clip of my WrestleMania preview with DDP, the full version of which is available as a podcast right now on iTunes. He talks about Daniel Bryan, which match he'd love to be involved in, and the Mania match he's most looking forward to. Enjoy.
This has been an amazing year. I mean, the talent is through the roof, and I'm a big, now I'm a huge fan of women wrestling. And, just what these girls like. I thought Trish and Lita were really great. Medusa was great. Sherry Martel was great. But today, God, there's just so many great females out there to watch, and they're just working so hard. So I'm really looking forward to the champion match with Charlotte and Asuka. Is that how I say her name? I can never say her name right.
Asuka, yes.
Asuka. Okay, I did get it right. Yeah, because I love her. She's just a super athlete, good looking, knows how to, she's super charismatic, and there's not a bigger fan, of Charlotte Flair than me. As far as I'm concerned, she is maybe the most talented superstar in the WWE. I mean, she's got it all, and she comes from the right genetics, and she is her daddy's daughter. She's amazing out there, and so I don't ever miss anything she's in. So the two of them together, and Asuka, she's got the push of Goldberg plus back in WCW days. I mean, so who's going over in that match? I mean, these girls they could steal the show at a different level. But then you got AJ and Nakamura, and AJ, I'm at the DDP Yoga Performance Center in Atlanta, and when AJ was over in Japan, right before he's supposed to come to WWE, he blew his back out.
Wow.
He was right here on the stage with me. We filmed the whole video on it. And AJ was just in a magazine called Men's Health. And as they were interviewing through everything, he said, every single morning, DDP yoga. So you want to know how AJ Styles can do the crazy he does and still keep going night after night after night? I think that match, this kid Nakamura, he's unbelievable. And he has tremendous amount of, he's got it all. He's got the charisma, he's got the look. You don't have to be, 6'5" and 250 pounds anymore, to go out there and really grab the people's attention. Daniel Bryan proved that, and God, I'm really looking forward to seeing him and Shane, because I know Shane's been a natural his whole life, and be working with two great workers like KO and Sammy, both guys who do DDP yoga. I think that their match is going to be a barn burner. Then you got the rumor about Taker coming back, and I love whether he comes or not. It's great to. My guess is he's coming.
Yes,
because you don't go that far. All they want to hear is hear the dong. And that place is going to lose their mind. So I'm guessing. Whether he's coming or not, you won't know until bell time. Maybe Cena goes out and calls him out. I don't know. But I like the way they handled that. And Roman Reigns and Brock, Brock's got to be the greatest athlete of all time, or one of them, and entertainer. So, Roman, I think, has really stepped up his game like so much. So today, again, it's going to be a great match. So the whole card in WrestleMania is, it's been a great build. I didn't even mention Ronda Rousey coming in. Think about that. That whole card. I haven't even mentioned Ronda Rousey, who is, maybe one of the top greatest female athletes of all time. So her transition in wrestling, if there's anybody who can handle the big stage, it's going to be her. But I am, super, I'm going to be watching that match, but I think that she's going to have a hell of a run, and she's going to she's going to blow some people away, you know, in the years to come. So again, it's got some crazy hype on it, you know, and again, I get from top to bottom. You know, this is you know, there's a couple matches I wouldn't want to follow, and one is Charlotte's, and the other one's AJ's. You know, but after that, they're all going to be a tough follow.
You mentioned Daniel Bryan earlier on. Fantastic news, obviously, about him being cleared to return to the ring. Do you see a lot of similarities between yourself and Daniel Bryan?
It's so funny you say that, because I used to say that, and I was watching his career, you know, and watching him just jettison to a spot that I never even got to, as far as being like I was super over. But I think, you know, the only person that I would say who was more over to him or just as over to him, and his super highlight going into WrestleMania a couple years back, is Steve Austin. You know, maybe The Rock, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, he was super over. And the point is that they didn't see him as a top guy. You know, and if they did, it was the bottom of the top. It wasn't the man.
Yeah.
And I was the same way. You know, like they didn't see me, you know, as a upper mid-level card guy at one point. You know, Daniel, he's got his age, which is working for him, where I was much older, but, you know, he still had to deal with, you know, not being that big and, you know, just going out there and giving it everything you got, plus, plus, plus. Like, I don't really miss a match if I'm anywhere near a TV and he's going to be on, because I know that you're going to get your money's worth times 100. And, you know, that's the way I tried to do it when I got out there. And I never, you know, I was never the worker he was. I was pretty good, I think. But Daniel Bryan, he's a special cat. And I'll never forget one show I was watching on Raw, and he climbed up to the top of the cage and doing the yes, and every single person in the building, there wasn't anybody sitting on their ass. Everyone was standing up doing the yes. Getting that sign language out there, I believe I was the first to do it with the Diamond Cutter sign.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think anybody ever really mimicked something like they did that. So to see him take that yes to a whole different level, you know, was cool. And I do feel that our careers, you know, they sort of shadow each other if you look back on both of them. And oh, he's never going to be anybody, you know. Oh, wait a minute, he's the man now.
Another person I wanted to chat to you about is The Miz, because he's developed so much in the last few years, and I think, you know, we all talk about his WrestleMania main event a few years ago with John Cena, but I think now a lot of people are calling for him to maybe return to the main event. How do you rate him in terms of, you know, how good he is on the microphone, how good he is in the ring, and how good he is at getting bums on seats, really?
I think his promos, to me, the two best promo artists ever were Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. He's at that level right now, I really think. I think his promos, I mean, try and talk with him. You know what I mean? Like, of course, John Cena, you know, could go in day with him back and forth because he's a great promo artist. And of course, The Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin. But The Miz right now, he's created this he's created The Miz at a different level. His work in the ring is excellent. His believability. I mean, he A to Z. I think like there's so many guys we just talked about. They're so amazing. That's one of the reasons why I think WWE is a shining star right now, because they have so much great talent. And The Miz, I texted him about, you know, congratulations on your baby, and I said, I love that you worked it around having a Mania baby. And I half wonder if even Marcy sat down and thought about that at one point and went, what do you think about this? You know, if I was booking, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd take that U.S. title off him, or I should say, Intercontinental title, maybe ever. You know, until I was ready to give him the world title. You know, because I think that he is given the title, the prestige that Michaels, Razor, Perfect, Kurt Hennig, guys like that gave that title,
Do you think there's money in a potential Mania main event next year between him and Daniel Bryan? There's obviously been a bit of history between the two of them whilst Daniel Bryan wasn't able to compete. Do you think that's a match worth waiting on and saving till WrestleMania next year, perhaps?
I think the way they've shot that up till now, and you're going, why is Miz even screwing with him? They're never going to get the work. He can't wrestle anymore. But maybe, now all of a sudden, not so far-fetched. And now, completely do about, do we hot shot that or do we hold that? It's going to be a tough one to hold away, because they put so much steam on it at certain times that, how do they, unless you keep them completely apart? I don't know. Tough one to last that long to get to Mania, but hey, never know. I think it's an absolute worthy main event Mania match without question. So, like I said, the Miz was a lot like me too. When I say me, I mean like someone who he's never gonna make it. What's he even thinking? Miz would have been that guy starting out. Oh, he's a reality star. What's that mean? A lot. And I just love that, because you got to look at the guys who, people don't really give the shot. Like you never would have picked Daniel Bryan as the top guy in the company, but he works so hard. And even without the company being behind him, the people got behind him more. It was amazing. And now it's sort of like there was a point in time, and a lot of people who are listening weren't around for this time, but where you hated Ric Flair. But at some point, you hated him so much you loved him because he was so entertaining. And it was kind of like what happened with The Rock. The people hated him. And when he turned heel and he could actually be himself, well, they couldn't stop loving him. And now he's the biggest star in the world.
Final question, Dallas. If we could take you back to your prime, put you in a time machine, and insert you into one of these matches at WrestleMania 34, which one would it be and why?
Well, I'll tell you what it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be in Roman Reigns' spot. It wouldn't be against Brock Lesnar. Because that son of a bitch, he is tough as nails, boy. And when I was in my prime, I would love to work against him. I would love to work against Brock. I think he's amazing. I think he's maybe the best athlete ever who's ever stepped into our ring. But, God, there's so many great matches. I tell you what, I would love to work with Nakamura or with AJ Styles. I'd take either one of their spots. And would love to light it up with either one of those two guys. I think that, I think it would be amazing. So if that's where the spot was going to be, I would take either side, either spot.
Screw it. We'll make it a triple threat. That sounds good to me.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Wow, wasn't that great, guys? I don't know. It's your decision. Subscribe if you enjoyed it down here. Check out more of our content over here, or check out some of our other channels over here. Oh, you better click it. Click it before I do. No, seriously, you should click it though.